From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's Voice Briefing. It's Friday, June 26, 2026.
This is Liam Rapley for the Detroit Free Press. A vice president of the United Auto Workers is running against the union's popular president, Shawn Fain, in a six-way race that will decide the next 4 years of UAW leadership. Rich Boyer, who oversees the union's Stellantis department and represents nearly 40,000 members tied to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, is taking on Union President Fain, with whom he has had a rocky relationship. Boyer is the only candidate for president outside of the incumbent Fain, who currently serves on the UAW's International Executive Board. The challenge comes after a long-running dispute between Boyer and Fain. Boyer says Fain sidelined him, excluded top union leaders from decision-making, and fostered what he calls a culture of fear and retaliation within the union. Federal Monitor Neil Borofsky has investigated the conflict and previously secured an agreement restoring some of Boyer's responsibilities. Union sources expect another report on the infighting to be released soon. Until then, Fain remains the favorite in the race, buoyed by strong support from members following the UAW's high-profile 2023 strikes against Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis. But Boyer argues the union has lost its way. He criticizes leadership spending, opposes keeping dues at their current levels, and says he would bring more transparency and collaboration to the union's top ranks. For a full story on the Free Press's exclusive one-on-one with Boyer, visit freep.com.
I'm Sue Selasky, Detroit Free Press food and restaurant writer. Burgers are timeless, says the organizer behind Burger Battle Detroit. The annual competition is coming up this Sunday at Eastern Market's Shed 5. The event brings together representatives from Metro Detroit burger establishments who will be trying to create Detroit's best burger. This year, Burger Battle Detroit is marking its 10th anniversary by raising the stakes. This year's winner will earn the title Burger of the Decade, along with a $1,000 check and a trophy. Staying relevant all these years, organizers say, comes from the competitors putting creative spins on burgers with various toppings and crafty presentations. The friendly competition typically draws more than 2,000 guests who get to sample various burgers and vote for their favorites. New this year is Winner's Row, a bracket that includes previous battle champions competing against newcomers. Attendees also can vote on the People's Choice Burger Award and Best Presentation. At the competition, chefs pull out all stops, grilling a steady stream of burgers, topping them with fried eggs, fries, shaved truffles, and an array of sauces and cheeses. Burger Battle Detroit is 1 to 5 p.m. Sunday, June 28th at Eastern Market's Shed 5. Parking is free. Tickets start at $41 for general admission and $58 for VIP tickets. For more information, check out the Burger Battle story at freep.com.
Hey there, everybody. This is Omari Sanko for the second Pistons beat writer for the Detroit Free Press. On this week's episode of our podcast, The Pistons Post, Bryce Simon and I debated the pros and cons of their number 17 overall pick, Ubuka Okori. Here's a quick snippet of our conversation.
What were your just thoughts on the player, your immediate thoughts into how he fits into this roster, especially early in his career? Like, what do you think they're getting early in his career?
Yeah, I think the thing with any guard that size, right, and he's 6'1", if you're going to take a guy that size, you got to be pretty certain that he's going to have the impact on the offense that's worthwhile. And I think with Okori, you can't deny his tools. Like, it's not just his speed, it's just the way he's able to manipulate the defense. He likes to put defenders on his hip. He just has an innate ability to just find those small cracks and crevices in the defense. A lot of people, I saw compare him to Jaden Ivey. I think Ivey is like a bit more north-south. His athleticism and Corey's east-west, he's got the hesitations. You watch what he could do with the ball, and I think it's pretty impressive. I think sort of the paradox with that is that as much as he pressured the rim and he was prolific at it, he took 7 free throws a game. He also wasn't the greatest finisher once he got there. And I think some of the belief for the Pistons is that aspect of his game will develop because he can go right or left. You can hear that full conversation in this week's episode of The Pistons Post, which is available wherever you listen to podcasts. And as always, you can find our latest coverage on freep.com/sports.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend, and you'll hear more from us Monday.